What up, everybody? It's your boy Adrian. Welcome back to another episode of the Sports Elite Podcast. Now, listen, you guys know week one of college football is almost in the books, but I'm here to talk about my boys, my squad, these Michigan Wolverines. Last night, they wrapped up the first game of the season with the W, 40-21 over Middle Tennessee State. Now, first, let me say this first and foremost. Now, this performance, I know they won, but I was not impressed. I am probably the hardest critic when it comes to evaluate my squad, and I got a few takes on this game and what I think about this victory that Michigan secured last night. First and foremost, let's get to it. I was hyped for the season. I've been waiting for it. I've been seeing what the new offense was going to do with Josh Gaddis calling plays supposedly. But first and foremost, Michigan gets the ball on the kickoff. Next play, first play from scrimmage from the season, Shea drops back, runs through the middle, gets tackled and fumbles. A few plays later, Middle Tennessee's quarterback scrambles Asher O'Hara for 18 yards for a touchdown. Down 7-zip out the books. Now, if that's not a gut punch, I don't know what to tell you. And I was not impressed and I was not happy. And it did not make me happy at all. With that being said, Michigan found a way to bounce back throughout the first half. Shea ended up throwing 3 touchdowns to 3 different receivers. McEwen, Collins, and Tariq Black. I really like what I've seen from Tariq Black. Healthy, looking good. Nico Collins has been the most consistent player, wide receiver in this core for Michigan. And McEwen has always been good. He's been in a Shea outlet. I was also impressed pretty much by Zach Charbonnet, the freshman from California. He only had 8 carries, but he had 90 yards. I liked what I've seen. I think Jim and Josh should have got him the ball a little more. Christian Turner had 11 carries for 49 yards. Even Dylan McCaffrey got mixed in late in that third quarter. Shea was moving a lot better, but I need to see consistent performances from Shea. I'm not happy. He had 7 300-yard games at Ole Miss. He has not had a single 300-yard passing game. Now, what I will tell you about the offense, what I did like was the fact that the offense looked a little more up-tempo, looked a little faster. It looked like a real spread offense. I know we got a long way to go, and I know it's the first game of the season, but I need to see more. I need to see a little bit more. I need to see a little more consistent from Shea Patterson. I'm still not sold on him yet. I have optimism. I have hope for this team. But another thing, we're down Donovan Peoples-Jones, who was in a walking boot. Supposedly it's a high ankle sprain, so I don't know if he'll be ready for week 2 or when he'll be back. Also, John Runyon Jr. did not play, so Michigan starting 2 freshman tackles, Jalen Mayfield and Ryan Hayes. Michael Dunford got hurt yesterday. True Wilson got hurt yesterday, but I'm a little scared for the offensive line and what I'm seeing right there. So hopefully John Runyon can be back pretty soon, but it will give Ryan Hayes and Jalen Mayfield some experience. But also the fact is Andrew Stuber is out for the year, the sophomore tackle as well. So I need to see strong play from that. Shea got sacked twice. You know, he threw some nice deep balls, even though when he threw to Nico Collins for the touchdown and Tariq Black was a little underthrown. But hey, see more consistency and more play. But if I can see it, then I'll believe it. But like I said, I need the offense to be more up-tempo. Now, the defense was a little on their heels a little bit. 2 guys that really stood out to me on defense was 2 guys in the secondary. Of course, Lavert Hill does his thing. As always disappointed as he had as a pick that he clearly dropped and could have had a pick 6. But the 2 guys that stand out to me is Ambry Thomas, as he was battling some injuries through camp, but he started out there. He had a pick and a fumble recovery. I really liked it. And also this freshman, Vincent Gray. He looked solid, had 4 tackles, good in coverage. I didn't get to see Dax Hill yet. I'm waiting to see that. Josh McTuss, but okay. Khalid led the team in tackles. Glasgow had 2 sacks, moving. But I need to see a little more consistency. I still think Michigan struggles a little bit with covering the running quarterback. Also, another thing I did notice, Don Brown did decide to play a little bit of zone defense, as last year, as you know, the defense did struggle with some of these crossing routes and his man coverage. So I think he needs to be a little more disciplined when it comes to that. But with that being said, like I said, I think Michigan needs to be a little more aggressive and go for it. If they only scored 13 points in the second half, I would have really liked to see them put up a 50 ball, if you're asking me. But more aggressive, I think everybody needs to play their roles and everybody needs to get more experience. But that being said, they need to keep their foot on the pedal because Middle Tennessee State stayed in this game way too long. Michigan just did not put their foot on the gas. But I was impressed when they brought Dylan McCaffrey in for a couple drives in the third quarter as he had a couple nice running plays. It was a play early in the game where they tried to throw him a screen pass, and we're just trying to be too cute with it. Just run an offense, he can run the ball, but keep him in the game, keep him involved so he doesn't end up transferring because we might need him down the line later this season. But I will tell you, if Michigan decides to play like this against Army, it will be a huge problem. They came out with the victory, but they also did outgame Middle Tennessee 453 to 301. That's a good sign. They moved, but they got to get points on the board, and you got to put teams away when you are supposed to. Also, no Donovan Jeter. You know, Jim Harbaugh doesn't like to get updates, but we'll see. I just need to keep, like I said, we need to keep track of this DPJ Donovan injury. We need to keep track of this Donovan Jeter injury and the John Rain injury, but it's helping get other guys experience. We got a long season ahead of us. Like I said, we got Army next week. Then 2 weeks from now, then 2 weeks after that, the week after that, they got a bye. Then after that, they got to go on the road to Wisconsin. I know Wisconsin doesn't have a great quarterback, but they do have a stud running back in Jonathan Taylor. But this Army triple option is going to be a problem. As we all know, nobody likes to play these teams. It's really hard to run that triple option because all the line just cuts you. So they got to come in ready to play and be focused. We'll move on to the next one. But take this game as a learning experience and move on. And there's definitely room for improvement. But like I said, I want to see aggressiveness. I want to see it. So I've seen it from some of the young guys. Offense, more tempo. But the receivers are gelling. I think we got the best receiving core in the Big Ten if DPJ comes back. But like I said, Nico's been the most consistent. And when Tariq's healthy, just as talented. He had 4 catches for 80 yards and a touchdown yesterday, and he was moving well. And he's finally got those foot injuries behind us. But ladies and gentlemen, I just don't know. Like I said, 1 week at a time, and I didn't want to stress about this game, but they made me more than we should have, more than a Michigan fan should have. So Army on the docket next week, so we're going to see what's going to happen. But, ladies and gentlemen, they got the victory, 48-21. So Michigan fans, be happy. Put this game in the books. I'm ready for next week, and we are going to see what's going to happen. But, like I said, 1-0. 1 game at a time. The schedule is not going to get any easier, ladies and gentlemen. So Jim Harbaugh is going into your 5th year, and I expect you to be in the Big Ten championship game. No excuses. So when we get to these rivalry games, such as a Notre Dame, such as a Michigan State, even got to go on the road to Penn State, even against Ohio State, who was dominant as 14 out of the last 15. And oh, by the way, I know they played Florida Atlantic yesterday, but Justin Fields looked real good yesterday. They got up 28-0 early, and I know they let their foot off the gas, but it's going to be a problem because Justin Fields can move entirely better than Dwayne Haskins. So we're going to see. But like I said, 1 week at a time, optimistic. I'm going to stay continue to monitor my team. I'm going to be a hard critic on them. But like I said, it's 1 week in the book. So that's it, everybody. Let me know what you think. It's your boy. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also, do not forget to follow me on Twitter. That is at Keeping the Score. Hey, everybody, have a great day. And like I said, continue to chase those dreams. And like I always say, go blue. I love y'all. Stay up.